Okay, hey everyone, I'm Delaina Burns, and you are watching Live with Prima. I'm really excited to get to join you again. Carrie and everyone else, I think just about everyone else is at CHA, so we are all here together. I'm so happy that everybody joined me. I'm really excited to show all of y'all some of the brand new release items that I have. We'll get started by doing that first, or let me just show you the project first that we're going to be working with. And I'm going to pan down and go ahead and show you okay, I'm live. I'm checking my text as well. I've got lots of people helping me. Thanks, Robbie. Okay, I'm going to pan down and we're going to get started, and I want to show you a beautiful new line that Prima's come out with that I got the chance to work with, and we'll do that. So panning down, don't let me make you dizzy. Okay, first I have the project that I'm going to be doing for y'all tonight. It is a 8x10 canvas, and we're going to be using the Something Blue line, which is, like I said, brand new for CHA, and it's gorgeous. It's got the most pretty colors, and the embellishments and details are so pretty. It's beautiful. Of course, Something Blue. It's a wedding line, but it's very diverse. It can be used for lots of different things. You can see that I did actually make this for wedding. This is my son and my sweet daughter-in-law, and so I'm going to show you in just a few minutes how we made that. But first I want to show you the new product. First off, I'll show you the papers. And these are the papers with the Something Blue line. And you can see this is Love Melodies. It's number 813499, and it's just so pretty. A really pretty music note background with the bicycle and the pretty embellished corners, and then it's kind of got a border around it too. This is my favorite sheet of paper, I think, in the entire collection. And the back, again, they may all be my favorite because I love a stripe, and this is a really pretty distressed stripe with some script in the background. Really, really pretty. This is another favorite paper. I love the birds. I love the sort of taupey on top of the beige, and this is 813475, and this one is called Going to the Chapel. Like I said, it's a wedding line, so it's really cute names for these. And then it's a really pretty sort of a peachy color with the taupey kind of gray flower on the back of that sheet. This one, really cool. You could cut these little labels out. It's number 813451, and it's called Reception. So it's a really cool paper as well. And then on the back of this one are some really pretty flowers. Again, it's sort of the gray taupey color on the beige. Really pretty to cut these out, and we'll be doing that for part of this project. Again, another really pretty fussy cut sheet of paper. I love to fussy cut, so if you don't, you'll have to learn to love it just so that you can do this project, because these flowers, these roses are just so big and luscious, they're screaming to cut them out. This is number 813437, and it's Enchanted Blooms. Perfect title for this one. It's really pretty. And the back is sort of a blue-green color with that taupey script. Really, really pretty. This next one is called Say Yes, and it's number 813505. Love the journaling spots, and they're in different sizes, so they can be cut out, or you can use the paper as is. Really pretty. And again, on the back, this is a really pretty background paper. Really cool medallions in the background, sort of that gray with the blue. It's kind of a creamy color as well. Anyway, it's a really pretty piece of paper. This dark brown is really nice contrast for this line. This is number 813444, and it's called Wedding Planner. Really pretty piece. Also, I see this is a background paper or for cards, just really pretty. The bicycle, really cute, integrated into this with all the script on this. Kind of a newspaper type script print here. Really pretty colors. And we have another with the journaling spots. This is number 813482. And this one's called Just Married. Really cool. Love the journaling spots. The bicycle, the roses, just really pretty. Love polka dot. This is really pretty. This is so essential for a set. Really, really nice with the creamy background and the taupey, kind of gray taupey polka dot in this. Really pretty. Another favorite paper here. I love the floral with the newspaper print type. Really cool piece of paper. This one is called Announcement, and it's number 813468. And the back is a pretty peachy pink color with a cream polka dot. Really pretty. Okay, and next we've got the chipboard. Love the chipboard pieces. You see, can you kind of see all the chipboard pieces? We've got the typewriter, a little cherub, and the bicycle, happily ever after. Just lots of different elements to this. So many things that can be done with this. Love the little journaling spots and the hearts and the bell. This is, if you can see this without the glare, the bell is, I think, my favorite. I love the bell. But you can see the birds, all kinds of different elements for this. Really pretty. I'm having problems with this glare, so I hope you got a good peek at that. It's still in its packaging. A lot of this I've removed from the packaging because I did use it on my project and I just didn't bother to put it back. These are the actual brads, and if you can see those, I'll try to bring them close. The brads are really pretty. This one says us and love is, I do. Lots of different wedding type little words and phrases, but this is still a very versatile line. When you see it in person, you'll see there's lots of different things you could do with it. Like the little banner pieces they've added, and I've used something from there, but you'll see it on my project. These are the little Say It in crystals. I love these, but I love making the little dots. This is just so perfect for my style. I just like adding these and integrating them in projects. These are very glittery and shiny and kind of iridescent. These are just really pretty. Some of my favorite pieces. And we have the wood pieces. And again, this is an open package. Sorry about that, but I can kind of show you. Since it's opened, you can see the different pieces. That one says I do. This one says true love. This one says you and me. We have a little bride and groom. So pretty. See the back's the wood, and the front is kind of a whitewashed. Oh, I think we're doing too much light here. The front is kind of a whitewashed effect. It's very distressed. And then we have the Mr. and Mrs. words. I hope with my accent y'all can understand what I'm saying. Anyway, those are really cool. I actually used some of this on the project. That's why it's opened. This line also had a little ACT pad. This is a 3x4, and another ATC pad that is a 6x4. And you can see there's just lots of different pages to this, lots of different things you can do with these. I like these little pads. I like the smaller images you get. Lots of phrases and different things like that included in these. More fussy cut flowers if you choose to do that, or just use them as cards. Just really pretty. Very pretty pieces. And then we have the flares. And the flares now come with a stamp, which is really cool that you kind of get 2 for 1 there. You get your little stamp with your little flare buttons. And again, I've used this, so we're missing one. You'll see it on my project. But this is really cool. And then another cling stamp that in focus. I haven't opened this, so it's kind of hard to focus. It says always and I love you. This is just an outside frame, and then you've got the 2 little word phrases on the inside, and they can all 3 be used separately. Very, very cool. Okay, Okay, we have another another set of stamps. Sorry, my screen went black. I had to fix it. We have another set of stamps here. There's that bell that I love. And a bird, and then the pretty rose, and a couple of phrases. Bride and groom. This is a really pretty cling stamp set as well. And then this stamp set here. And it's got some journaling spots. A little bit bigger stamp set. I'm not giving you the numbers to these. I'm so sorry. Emma, I hope I'm not driving you crazy. I will make sure that I list the numbers to all these on my, at least on my Facebook page. The number to this one is 813666. You can see, and I may just go back through and just kind of tell you the numbers. Another stamp set here, and this is one that I'll be using in the project. And you can see it's just got some journaling spots, and I actually packaged it upside down, it looks like. But remember, dated, and in this moment, a little birdie told me. Really, really cute cling stamp set here. The metal clips are some of my favorite pieces to the new lines. If you can see these in the glare. These are just really pretty, sort of delicate little metal clips. They can go on anything. They're pretty much good to do anything with. Okay, that is, let me give you this number. The metal clips number is 573010. The Say It in Crystals is 573218. Our Brad's number is 572761. That's the Brad's. Our wood pieces, the number is 572884. Our flares, so our flare buttons, number 572709. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started now and show you how I actually did this 8x10 canvas. This is actually a flat, very thin canvas that I picked up at my hobby store. I actually picked these up at Michael's, but you can also get them at Hobby Lobby. And you can see the back just kind of looks like this. It's just like an artist's canvas, but it's very thin. I like these. They frame very easily. But you could always do this with one of the regular framed canvases as well. It would do the same thing. So I want to go ahead and get started. First thing I've done that I did actually off camera, I covered the entire thing with gesso. I just did an entire coat with a brush with gesso and just covered it completely. That's sort of my primer, and then I went back with some white paint, just any white acrylic paint, and I did 2 coats of white paint so that it was covered well. I wanted a really white background, so that's how I achieved this background. Several of the things I went ahead and did ahead so that you didn't have to spend so much time watching me dry paint and things like that. So the next thing I want to show you, and I actually don't have this number with me. Emma, you may have this number. This is another new item that Prima has right now at CHA. This is one of their new stencils. Can you see this? I didn't bring, let me see if I can get something behind it. Can you see how pretty this is? You see the roses and the words. I just thought it was perfect for this particular line. It's kind of distressy spots in this, but I love the words. See if I can get all that in for you. I just really love the words, and those flowers are just so pretty. Can you see that? And I don't have that number. Emma, maybe you have that number. If not, I'll be sure to actually add that on Facebook too. But you can see this is just a really pretty stencil. And the way that I used it kind of backwards. You can see this way is normal with the the flowers to the I guess it's your left of the words. I turned it backwards because I wanted my roses to kind of veer in that direction. So that's kind of the only thing I did that's a little bit different. But you want to lay it down. We're not going to use the words. We're just going to get this flower area here. And what I did is just line the bottom of the petals up with the bottom of my canvas, and then this leaf, this outer leaf to this flower, I lined here. We're not going to worry about getting this flower here. We're just after these two right here. So with a little modeling paste, well, I've got a large jar of modeling paste, but you can see this is just normal Liquitex modeling paste. There's other brands you can get. This is what I picked up at my hobby store, and just a spatula. Just want to kind of reach in and get a glob of that. And like I said, we're going to concentrate just on these two flowers. It's fine to get some of the distressy little dots here. Be sure to get your leaves. And just do a nice coat. Doesn't have to be really thick, but you want a pretty nice coat here so that you get your dimension. You just want to be sure you get that full dimension in your project here. Just pull your spatula down, dragging the modeling paste as you go. And you can get all or none or as much of this distressed area here as you like. I'm going to pick up the majority of it. And my leaves, I'm going to be careful not to get that small flower. I sort of pulled most of it off of my canvas. So I'm just going to, if you do happen to get it, no biggie. It's just fine. And if you want to add it, add it. It's completely up to you. I just decided to leave the little fellow out. And with the modeling paste, while it's still wet, if you do happen to get something that you're not happy with, you can always go back with your spatula and remove it before it dries. So it's pretty forgiving when it's white on white, like we're doing right now. So, and I'm just going back to be sure that I got it all. Okay, and you can see, just lift it. What I'm doing is holding the stencil down with this hand, and with your other hand, pull up, just pull straight up until it turns loose, and then pull it away from your canvas. And what you're going to notice is you're going to get a little bit of excess here. Just clean your spatula off and run your spatula down your edge here. And you can run your spatula, or you could even do your finger. I'll go in with my finger just a little bit right here to just get that excess off. And you can see right here, I got a little bit of that leaf. Just go in with your spatula. What you don't want, scrape off. And since it's white on white, it's very forgiving. Okay, we're going to dry this just for a minute, so bear with me. This is the only drying that we'll do. Just for a minute. I always hate the drying process. I hope it's not really loud on y'all's end. I do need to do a little bit more stenciling around the edges, but we won't do a lot of drying for that. Bear with me just a moment. I kind of like videoing ahead so that I can sort of speed up through. I'm going to kind of read the chat to see if I can see what anybody's saying. I see Melissa, and is it Rina or Rena? I never know how to pronounce names, but I see you. Hello, thank you for joining me. I see Vicky and Sue. I don't know everybody's first name. I don't know your screen names and your first names. I'm so sorry. Hey, Melissa. Okay. Okay, that's all we need for drying. Now, the next thing I want to do is a little more of the masking just around the outside edges here. And what I'm going to use is the, I'm going to wipe some of this off. Got a little excess here. I'm going to use the little distress area just around the edges here. And there's no correct or incorrect way to do this. Just add a little more modeling paste in some areas. There, a little more there. And again, I'm just going to use my finger and remove some of the excess from the outside. I just want to see a little bit of this just in this corner. Okay. Again, we'll run our finger right down the edge, take off the excess. Clean that off my hands. Okay, one more second of drying. Sorry, guys. Take just a minute. Trying to be extra careful. I had my nails done today, and I already told y'all I'm leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning to head to CHA, and I was so afraid I would ruin my nails. So I had them done today, and I'm trying to be really careful. So a lot of my painting and things like that I've done ahead. Hope you don't mind, but I didn't want to show up at CHA with undone nails. So I'll just have a little modeling paste on them. That'll be okay. Okay, the next thing I want to show you that I've done is these fussy cut pieces. And I'm going to show you, this is the main fussy cut piece here besides the flowers. And I want to show you on the paper, if I can find it. Okay, Carrie just texted me and she said to tell everyone, she said hello. She's at CHA. Finally, she got there. She was a little late. She's there. Yay, Carrie's there. And I get to see her soon, so I'm very excited to get to see Carrie. But you can see I fussy cut this right out of this corner. This is the Go Into the Chapel paper. And I just cut this little bird and his little bouquet of flowers just in one piece here right out of the corner. I did it really quickly so that it didn't take a lot of time. And I'm going to take an ink. I'm using the dry sand, and you can see I've used it a lot, but I want to chalk with the chalk edger here, just a little all around. I need to move away. My stamp is shredding. I've used it for distressing quite a bit. I'm going to move to the side here, but you can see I'm just catching the edges. Just quickly. If you get over the edge a little bit or you smear a little bit, it's no problem. A little extra color is not going to be a problem. So just get that on there. And I'm working with a new bottle of glue. That could pose a problem for these nails. I'm going to be really careful because as you may know, Fabri-Tac will remove fingernail polish. If you didn't know, you know now. It will. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit. I'm adding the glue just kind of in the center here. And one thing I did want to do before I'm finished with the glue, right at the top of the bird's wing, I want to remove this flower area because I'm going to actually raise the bird's feather just a little. So you can see I'm adding glue just to the center because I want to actually dimensionalize quite a bit of this. So we're just going to glue this down just right to the end of the petals here. Have this go right to the edge, or not exactly to the edge. If you plan to frame it, then keep it off the edge just a little. I do plan to frame one of these, so just, give yourself about 1/4 of an inch if you do plan to add a frame. Put a little more right behind the bird. Don't you love Fabri-Tac? It is my favorite. It will glue down anything forever. Okay, want to add that like that. The next thing I have that I did ahead of time are these metal pieces. This is a metal clock and then some metal bottle caps. And you can see this is the clock. This is number 960285. And I used the larger one. Some of my favorite metal pieces that Prima's ever had. I have quite a few of these, and I really like them. They're kind of a staple for my metals. I love them. And also the bottle caps. This is number 961091, and these are just really cool. I really like the bottle caps. You get 8 pieces here. It's you kind of don't realize they're stacked. So you get, instead of 4, you get 8. So it I'm trying to get it on camera. It's really a good staple for your metal to have. And what I did, and I did it ahead of time, trying to salvage my nails. I don't know that I've done that, but I painted first a layer of gesso to prime it really well, and then I went back in with a couple of layers of white paint, and I just did it really quickly. You can see on the inside there are some places that didn't quite get the paint. I'm not worried. I just wanted sort of a white base. Same for the bottle caps. We're going to cover the inside of the bottle cap anyway, so I was just really more worried about the scalloped edge portion. So as long as you get your scalloped edge, and I always like to do the backs too, just because on a canvas or something that you're going to frame and hang, you can sometimes peek in from the side, and I wanted it to be white. I love the white on white. I'm crazy for white space and negative space and all that kind of stuff. So I like to design around white. Some people might think that's kind of boring, but I love the idea of things popping off white. And the Fabri-Tac is going to hold this metal down so well. What I'm going to do is just put a little on the left corner here. That's going to tuck in behind the bird and the little flower section. And I've got the number 12. I'm a little picky about that. I want my 12 at the top. So I've got the 12 as sort of my guide, and I'm just going to tuck this right in. And I'm kind of using this flower as a guide too, sort of the outside of this bottom flower, and tucking that in right there. The glue's going to kind of smear around and move. It dries so clear it's not going to make a bit of difference. So we'll put that piece there like so. Just sort of remember to tuck it in and behind the bird. I'm going to lift this just a little because I'm going to do some tucking of other flowers in behind this to add some color. So we'll leave that like that. My camera's going black again. Hold on. Okay. And again, I'm not watching. I can't do this and watch the feed. So if you have any questions, I'll wait around for just a minute after it's finished here, and I will answer your questions. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is show you my fussy cut flowers. And you can see I've cut quite a few out, and I did that ahead of time as well. I sort of massacred that floral piece of paper, but they were just screaming for me to cut them out. I love to fussy cut, and I can do that and do anything else. It's just watch TV, whatever. It's just sort of a stress reliever. So I'm not sure that I'll use all of these, but I'm also going to use the dry sand ink again, and just going to go right around the edges. I guess I need to move it because it's shedding. Go right around the edges here. I love these when they get older like this, when I've used them a lot, because and I save them and keep them when they're older because I love the way that they distress. When they're new, you get such a burst of ink that sometimes it's not what I'm looking for, but when they get older, they're perfect. But they do shed just a little. And they're shedding because I think I just sort of abuse them. Okay, but you can see I'm just going to do each one just a little A little bit on the edge there, all the way around each one. I am killing this one. I think this one is going to be finished after this project. Maybe you may see it again someday. I'm hard pressed to get rid of them because I love them when they're like this. This one comes from another paper, this particular flower with the leaves here. And I'll show you real quick once I get it inked where it came from. Oh, this one comes from this paper here. It's called Reception. And you can see I just went right in and cut that out. Very easy cutting, very easy. And I'm telling you, they're just, if you like to fussy cut, I've got to get this shedded stuff off of my canvas here. Let me sort of clean this up. Okay. Now what I want to do is just layer in some of this color in and behind my my little bouquet here. No really rhyme or reason how or why or anything. I just want this tucked in, and you'll see I'm just going to this is the rest of that flower that I cut away from the tail of the feather here on the bird, and you can see I'm just going to kind of line that back up. Gives me an idea of where to actually glue that down. And again, keep it about 1/4 of an inch off your edge so that if you do decide to frame, you've got that little edge there and you're not squashing your little flowers that you've worked hard to get in there. Another rose here. Just kind of want to tuck it in here. We've got one here. It's got a little bit of a yellowy tone to it, and I did kind of want to get that shade of sort of that yellowy peachy pinky mix up here under this flower, or up under this little bouquet here, I guess I'm saying. That's right about there. Okay, and the next thing, well, we'll go ahead and glue all these down, and then I'll show you another flower that I've used because I wanted to use some of the striped paper. Let me pull this back up into the camera. I'm so sorry. We'll put this right in and behind here. And I've got a small one right here that I want to tuck in, and you see that's not even a complete flower, but I just wanted the little flower and a little bit of the leaf kind of here at the bird. This may not be exactly when I'm done like my other canvas, but that's the beauty of doing this and you trying to duplicate it. You don't have to do it exactly like I'm doing it. Sort of take this idea and run with it. Make it your own. Do what you do and make it the way you love it. Totally up to you how you finish this. Okay, the next thing I want to add is our flower in this corner up here, and this is the sort of taupey tone-on-tone flower here. We're just going to place it right about there. And let me show you. I used the stamp. I've actually used the stamp from the Flare Button, number 572709. Let me find where I used it. I went ahead and stamped this ahead so that I could just cut these out for you and move on. You can see right here I used Old Road, the actual chalk edger that's called Old Road. It's that taupey gray color, and anyway, I stamped 3 images here just because I wanted to integrate this stripe. I love the striped paper. So you can see how fast my fussy cutting is, how I don't really go to a lot of pains. I'm going to ink the edges anyway, so if I happen to cut into my printed image or I move out too far, it doesn't really bother me. I just want sort of the shape of this image anyway, and that's all I'm going for. So you can see how fast I did that. I'm going to run a little ink around there, just like so. And this is going to be placed up into this area at some point right here. Go ahead and fussy cut the others. I had really intended on cutting a couple of these out to spare you this, but I didn't do that, so you will just get to watch me fussy cut very quickly. And believe me, this is the way I fussy cut anytime I do it. I just get it done. I can't pick up anything with these nails. Okay, we'll add our ink. And again, I'm using the dried sand. Little chalk edger. Love, love, love them. Going to go right on in there and get the third one. And I think I'm only going to use half of one of these, but anyway, you'll have 3 if you want to use all 3, or we may just use 2. I just wanted to get this striped paper utilized. That's the best thing about the cling stamps, because you can add other papers. You can bring in other colors of papers and things, especially when it's a little flower design. You can kind of make your own flowers, and these would be really good to even use your flare button. I'm not going to do that this time, but you could make the flare your center, and make it an actual flower that that you use. I don't think I inked this one, so let's ink it without getting glue all over the ink. Okay, and I want to go right in between here with this one. Just tuck it in and under, and your ink is usually, I love Fabri-Tac because it's usually tacky enough that you can sort of lift and maneuver and move things around as you need to. Going to add this one right here just on top of our other flower here. We want to be sure that our leaves are kind of still coming out from the top. Okay, and let's see. The next thing I kind of want to do is add our bottle caps. We already have a white coat of paint on these. I explained to you already that I used gesso for one coat and then a couple of coats of white paint. The next thing that I want to do is take the Old Road chalk edger and just kind of hold it in your fingers under the bottle cap here so that all of the scallops here are exposed, and very lightly, just very lightly run your chalk edger over the top of it. You don't want to completely ink the entire thing. You just want to give it a little bit of distressed feel. If you can kind of see that on camera, I've not covered the whole thing. You can see the white peeking through. It just gives it a really nice distressed look. Don't worry about the inside, that's going to be covered. Again, this one's a little harder because it's so small. Barely touch your edges. Get a little bit of that on there. You want the white to peek through. You just want it to look kind of distressed. And your third piece here, just like so. Okay. And the next thing I want to do is actually fill this larger one. And I didn't use the very largest one. I sort of left that one out. You could use a larger one if you wanted to. I chose these 3 sizes. You can see in the package you get a kind of an extra large one. I was going more for this look. So you decide though how big your photo is and what you want to do. I'm also going to show you how I do my photos. I have these printed at Walmart, and I know so many of you have your own printers and you can do that. I am not fortunate enough to be able to print my own photos, so I get these done in a collage size style on a 4x6, and then I have a couple of sizes to choose from. And the way I actually got this to size, I set my bottle cap down kind of where I needed it, and with a Sharpie I just marked around the actual picture, which that's not working so well right this minute. Let me get on a solid surface here. Just lay this down and mark. Okay, and then what you want to do is just go in with your scissors and cut around that. I'm not going to have an exact image. I'm trying to do this in too big a hurry on camera, so I'm going to have to sort of fudge these edges. If you've got a punch that's that size, I didn't have one that size. Mine were either a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller than that one. But if you've got a punch, that would be a perfect idea to actually punch it out. Because I'm on camera, of course, this is going to give me a problem. Okay, and there you have your photo in there, just about like that. This is a little bit smaller than a wallet size photo, because this is kind of small. I did not bring a ruler with me, so I'm not sure exactly what the diameter of this is, but it's small. Trust me, it is small. So what I want to do is go in with my Fabri-Tac, but first I want to add, and this is another secret that I will, well, it's probably not a secret at this point, but I don't use pop dots. I am way too cheap to spend money on pop dots. I use cardboard. I'm always very careful not to have the cardboard touch my photos, but I refuse to buy pop dots. So you will notice anytime there is dimension that you will find cardboard behind that dimension, just like you're fixing to see. A little piece of cardboard, a little Fabri-Tac, and I am good to go. And most of the time it did not cost me anything, because I'm using my boxes or packaging. You can use all kinds of things, but you see, it popped up just as nicely as a pop dot. Some of you, I know you're pop dot crazy and you think I'm crazy for using cardboard, but it's just my thing. Everybody's got their thing. That's mine. Next I want to add our, I feel like I'm running out of time. We're getting close. I want to add our flare button and the little bottle cap in this area. So I'm going to glue down my bottle cap first, and then I'm going to pull my flare. You can see on this one I used the little rose flare. I don't have another rose flare, but it doesn't matter. Everything in this is color coordinated, so I'm just going to choose another one. And I'm actually going to choose the I Do. But before I do, just to tone down that just a little, I'm going to use my poor little ragged dry sand and just ink it just a little. I just want a little color. You see how great this is when they're this worn out? You're not going to just saturate that. It's going to just give you a little distressy look. I may never get rid of this thing. I may just keep it. Always add a little extra glue, especially if you're going to hang something on the wall. This is self-adhesive, but I do like to add just a little bit of extra just in case. Okay, we're going to Add that right in the center there, and it's almost a perfect fit. And the next thing I want to do is go ahead and prepare our small one while we're preparing these. Move this stuff out of my way. I'm going to use a brad for that one, but I've got to find my brads. I've lost my brads. I know they're here somewhere. Oh, here they are. Okay, we're going to just put a brad. We're going to need to use one of the kind of medium sizes here, not the small ones, but I guess it's actually the largest size. Doesn't really matter which one you use. I wanted to use one with a little bit of the peachy color in it, so I'm just going to choose this one with just a little flower. It is so pretty in person. Something else that I like to do is remove the legs from my brads. I'm not good at punching holes and all that, so I just sort of snip them off. Tim Holtz scissors work perfect for that. And to pop this up so that it's capable of being glued, we're going to need a little piece of cardboard or Pop Dot, whichever you choose, down in that little bottle cap. So I'm going to have to almost mimic a little circle here. So I cut a square and then I sort of cut the corners off of that. Little Fabri-Tac inside the little bottle cap, and then, believe it or not, Fabri-Tac will hold this metal like nobody's business. So we've got our little hangy thing there. I'm not sure what it's called. At the top, kind of get that in correctly. You want to hold it for just a minute so that it adheres well. And you can always go back. Sometimes the cardboard, there's one casual to the cardboard. Sometimes it separates, and you do have to go in and be sure that your layers are not separated, and that one's not. It's just going to take a minute. This almost perfectly fits, so I may have to hold it for a minute for sure. And actually what I'm going to do is sit it to the side. We're not going to use it right this minute, and I'm going to sit the gesso on top of it. I'm just going to rest the gesso on it, if it will stay, and that'll keep it from popping out, and it'll be nice and adhered in just a minute. One thing that you probably noticed when I was showing you the line that I forgot to mention, I do not have any of the new flowers that go with this line. I know it's so sad, but I don't have any. So the flowers that I'm using are just as beautiful. They're from our last CHA release, and maybe even a CHA before that. I'm not positive, but Prima does not make a bad flower. So I hope you understand and are not too disappointed. I'm so disappointed that I didn't get to show you the new ones. I cannot wait to get to CHA and see the ones that go with this line myself. So what we're going to do is add the flowers that I do have. A lot of the flowers that I get kind of come bagged like this, so I don't have numbers for some of these. I'll be sure to add those to my Facebook, but some of them I do have numbers, and I'll be sure and share those numbers with you. First flower I'm going to use comes from 571450. These are Charlotte. They are so pretty. These were some of my favorites. And what I'm going to do is just pull out probably this medium size here and kind of smush it up. I'm not going to ink these or anything. I'm loving this white on white. Here, I'm going to leave the leaves. I don't mind the little bit of green being seen. I may glue some of them flat so that it's not so obvious that they're there, but I'm not going to bother cutting them away. I'm going to add that right about there. Next, I'm using flower number, these are just really pretty little roses, 566036. These are mini sachet pearls. I'm going to use quite a few of these, so I'm just going to unpack these and just leave them laying around here. Sorry for the crackling of the bag. I'm also going to use a few of these, 571832. Just going to kind of pull a few of these out and lay them to the side here, just so the crackling of the bag will cease. These two are 571757. And these are all called Abby. These are Abby. This is Abby in sort of a peachy orange, and this is Abby in white. I'm just going to pull a few of those out. First thing I'm going to do is, I guess we'll finish our bouquet here. I'm going to pull out another one of these, just a small one, out of this packaging. And again, I'm just going to kind of roll it out, kind of smush it together. I'm going to pull my leaves back a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going to remove them, but I am going to flatten them with the glue and sort of get them out of the way. I don't want a lot of the green showing. Add this right about here. Then we're going to use a few of the small roses. I'm just going to cut them from their stems. Love the Tim Holtz scissors just for cutting the wire. They'll cut it every time. Just kind of prepare a few of these that I'm going to kind of poke in and around. This one's going to be right about here. I'm going to do another one right about here. And then I'm going to do a couple. Actually, I think I'm going to pull one from here. I do not know. I'm so sorry, but I do not know what the number is of these right here. But I can figure that out and have it on at least on my Facebook. We want to add this one right about here, and then another little rose. I'm trying really hard not to get this on my nails. Right about here. And I'm just going to continue using the roses just while I'm actually cutting these, and go ahead and do our roses that we're going to use up here. I like using the different shapes and sizes to kind of create the bouquet effect. Gives it a more natural type look, or maybe not so natural, but it's just what I like and what I like to see. So we'll add that right about there. I want to get another sort of another medium size here, or maybe another style. And the best part about doing something like this is you don't have to use what I use. Just use what you have. All of Prima's flowers go together so well and make such an impact on any page that, I mean, follow kind of what you see someone doing, and then take your own initiative and put your own sort of signature on it. Add, you know, you could add more color to this, or lots of different things to, you know, maybe more your style, or create more, you know, what you would normally design with. If you're not totally happy with, you know, everything that you see here, you could totally fill this up, get rid of the white space. I am crazy for white space. So the more white space for me, the better I like it. Okay, next I want to sort of fill in with a few of this shaped flower. In and around here. I might want to add a white one. I don't know that I'm leaving my 1/4 inch, but again, be aware of your 1/4 inch if you do intend to frame something like this. And the peachy color, I'm just going to use this peach to accent. I don't want a lot of it, but I do want some of it. So you'll see some of these little peachy flowers just in and around. You can also pull pink with this. It's not just, it's a pinky peach. So you can pull pink as well. So I just happen to have the peachy orange that I wanted to use, but like I said, you do what you want to do when you get started. Just adding these all in and around here. And I may not be putting them in the exact spot that I had them, but that's the beauty of this. Just add flowers. There's no wrong way to add flowers. They're beautiful. Doesn't matter, especially Prima flowers. They're gorgeous any way you use them. Oh, wrong side. And you have to use Fabri-Tac because it works and it dries so clear. You see, I'm removing fingernail polish. I see fingernail polish. Oh my. Oh well, we won't worry about that. Just continue to add. And I want to hurry along here so that I can show you one more little trick that I do. And we probably need a few more flowers here, but for time purposes, I'm going to just really quickly show you as far as my title goes, and this this beading effect that you see here. Do you see the little micro beads? Can you see that little addition of that on there? I'm going to show you a really quick way to add those. As for our title, I stamped on the same striped paper with one of the stamps, if I can find it. This is from this set of stamps, number 813659. And I stamped it several times because I wanted kind of a medium color. I didn't want it really dark. I didn't have an older, and this is the old road. I didn't have an older stamp, so it was stamping kind of dark. So I stamped a few images until I got the shade that I wanted. And that's a little trick too. Just stamp a couple of times and you can tone down that first little bit of ink that you get. You can see I'm just fussy cut around this. I'm sorry, I intended to do this ahead. Again, we're going to ink our edges, and I'm using the dry sand. And I'm going to use the Mr. and Mrs. That's my title. So just going to add a little Fabri-Tac to the back. And the Mrs. goes right on top of the clock. Just sort of line it up there on the clock. Your and is going to go just above the Mrs. Just right above. Just tuck it in behind. Just flat as a flitter right there. In and behind. I know y'all love my accent, and I hope you understand what I say. I'll have to get some feedback from some of you and whether you really understand everything that I say. I try really hard to be clear, but I just can't get away from this accent. Okay, that is like that. The way that I did the beadwork, oh, I forgot him. When I moved it, I saw him. We need to add in our little, my thing went black again. Need to add in our little brad. And what you're going to do is just tuck it right in here as if it's suspended from this area right here. It's going to just tuck right there. So pretty. I love this line. These colors and these pieces are just so pretty. Okay, now what I'm going to do to get the actual micro beads, very simply, here are the micro beads, the little container of the micro beads, and I use silver. You can use clear or gold or whatever color you have, but this particular one I use the silver, and I want to open it to the little shaker area. Take Mod Podge. You can see your Mod Podge right here. Just take your Mod Podge, if you can get the top off, and I'm going to dip a little into the lid, because what's going to happen, you're going to get a little excess, and what I'm just using my paintbrush to just dip up a little right into the lid. You can see I'm getting it all over the place, but just dip it out. You want just a little bit in the lid, and then put it to the side. Because what we're going to do is, I'm going to just take the brush and I'm just going to touch around some of the petals of the flowers, on the actual bottle caps a little here on the bird's wing, a little here on the actual clock. No rhyme nor reason where. You just want them, you know, sort of sporadic everywhere. A little more on the leaves. We want a little down here in the corners. Okay, and do it in small sections like that, because what I'm going to do to prevent them from going all over the room, I'm going to sort of tilt my canvas here and drop the beads, and you can see they just stick. You will have a little excess that gathers in your bottle cap. When it's dried, you can just turn it right over and shake those right out. We're going to add just a little bit up in this area. Like I said, just touch your areas that you want to add it. And again, we want to use kind of a small area at a time, so that we're not making such a big mess. It would be better to use like a larger bowl so they didn't bounce out, but you can see they're just barely going to touch, and that gives us plenty of detail. You see, just tap and they just continue to fall into your container here. I want to kind of put them here in this corner here, kind of down the edge. I don't want to add a lot, but I do want to add enough to give us that dimension and that little sparkle. They just have the prettiest sparkle. And the reason I'm doing it in the lid is because sometimes when you go back and you touch your canvas, you're going to pick up a few of the beads, and when I'm done, I just take a paper towel and wipe out my lid. Then I don't get beads all down in my Mod Podge. That's just a little hint so that you don't have that stuff everywhere. Just want to touch up in this area. Turn my canvas around. Oh, turned my beads over. Oh well, that's what brooms are for. We'll sweep them up. Okay, I hope that gives you an idea of where I'm going with this. Again, we're going to add a little more down our edge here, and just add as few or as many as you like. It just makes a really pretty accent, and it really sort of pops off the page. Add a few to your clock so they stick to your clock. Anyway, you sort of get the gist. I'm going to have beads all over the place. They have actually filled my little photo there, but that's okay. We'll remove them. So that's it. That is my project, and I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope I didn't make 1,000 mistakes. I did go back in and added a few of the little satin crystals as well. You can see I added one here and one here, one here. I just love those. Also, I added a little bit of liquid pearl pen. I just did a few dots in different areas just for a little more texture, and again, it's white on white. I just tried to keep a kind of a very low contrast of white in and behind my peachy and kind of taupey gray beigey color. So that is it. I'm gonna actually pan back up and see if I can read the feed for just, I'm already over, so let me pan up. Okay, let me see. Thank you, Vicky. Okay, I wish I knew. Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you so much for helping me. And Robbie, thank you so much. Let's see. Thank you. I enjoyed making the project. I can't wait to get to CHA tomorrow to see Carrie. Carrie, if you're watching, hope I made you proud. Okay. Well, that's it then. I'm going to go pack my suitcase and get ready to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to have lots of pictures up on my blog from CHA and hope to have a really good time. I know I'll have a really good time. So many crazy people and fun people are coming, so it's going to be a really good time. I enjoyed this very much, and I hope Carrie will ask me back. I hope this went as smoothly as it should have. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you later. Bye. Oh no, I gotta go. I can't go yet. I gotta make announcements. Wait a minute. Let me find my announcements. I know we have Julie Nutting coming on Tuesday. I have announcements somewhere. We have Julie Nutting coming on Tuesday, and then April, Julie's going to have, of course, her brand new CHA release. Oh, they're gorgeous. Y'all, I love Julie Nutting anyway, but she'll be showing you all her brand new stuff on Tuesday, January the 14th, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then don't forget about Art Venture. The amazing Carrie and Lemore and Jamie are going to be in Canada with 6 fantastic classes. That's April the 11th through the 13th. Save your spot for $50 down. It's an all-inclusive event. I wish I could go. I would love to go. Go to Prima Marketing Flowers fan page and look under events section to get all the information on that. And with that, I actually think I'm done. I'm so glad I didn't forget it. But anyway, y'all have a great night, and I hope to see some of you at CHA. If you see me, please come up and introduce yourself. I love to meet people. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a good day. Bye.